Peace and love, family. I want to come at you and talk to you briefly about the state of our youth for the most part. Again, I never attempt to paint a canvas completely. These are generalities that I speak to, but let's get right to the point. A lot of us are raising children or have grandchildren that are really not motivated to achieve certain measures of growth. They're more inclined to be passive, apathetic, and do what they need to do just to get by, even if doing what they do is doing nothing but leeching off the parents, the grandparents, or friends, individuals, etc. The mindset of these individuals, which this is nothing unique to this generation or the generation before, but the widespread appearance of this type of mindset appears to be getting worse as we evolve further into the future. A lot of this deals with the mindset of these young individuals, their inability to deal with certain things, their desire, which have been created by the society for the most part. Most individuals don't desire anything that they have not been first shown or been exposed to. So these individuals, again, are victims as well as they are responsible too for their conditions. Again, let me repeat that. They are victims of a society that wants to make them ultimate consumers, want to make them apathetic, that want to make them choose things that escapes from their reality, their inability to deal with the emotions that we have to deal with, their mental state, which is not well developed, and this society works to keep us in a situation where we're not fully mentally, emotionally mature to deal with what we have to deal with as human beings. The simple fact of being a human, having to deal with the everyday issues of just being human outside of the social responsibilities and the societal context upon which we are raised up and grow up in. You understand what I'm saying? So the society has a responsibility that it should set the kids up, the youth, as well as the adults, in a situation where they are able to achieve the mental and emotional capacity to do and achieve certain things that require mental and emotional maturity. Instead, for the most part, specifically speaking of the pop culture, it really works in to break down the individual's ability to be mentally, emotionally mature in order to be able to make them consumers who don't think but just react. And this is what we see when it has been done for a long time, but this is what we see. We're seeing almost the apex of this type of maneuvering and manipulation of individuals, with individuals not even really knowing it. So we're getting what we're seeing within the youth and what we're seeing within the youth, I'm talking about 25 and under, so to speak, even 30 and under. What we're seeing in those individuals, for the most part, is individuals that are apathetic, individuals that have no real desire to achieve certain things, who have more desire to be apathetic and to escape into the music that they listen to, or into a movie, or to play a video game. These are escape mechanisms in order to not deal with, or just they're not having the ability to be mature enough to see that these things are not a part of being a human. These things are just distractions that keep you from being a well-developed human. Let me put it that way. So we must understand a few things. Food plays a significant role in your mood, in your behavior, in your energy, in your desires, in your wants. And the chemicals that are in our food supplies are actually causing problems within our mental state. They have a profound effect on our brain, on the workings and the chemicals reactions within the body that also have an effect on how we function in our brain, how we're able to develop, how we're able to handle situations. All these things are influenced by everything that we are exposed to, and the chemicals in our food is creating a lot of the subtle mental disorders that we see within individuals that you would not recognize as being a disorder, but it is a disorder. So we must stand up and start to learn more, do more, and to be honest with ourselves about where we are as our human development is, and understand the things that are ill affecting our ability to be mentally mature, emotionally mature, and a lot of those things are wrapped up in the simple fact of what we're consuming, and it has a broader net upon which we are exposed to within the society that we have no real control of, but we do have control of the food that we consume and the water that we drink. The water is essential, and the water is one of the biggest chemical altering. Those chemicals that have been put into the water are those chemicals that alter a lot of our biochemical processes and the physiological processes that we have, because they have introduced things that are not beneficial to the human growth, mentally, physically, emotionally, you name it. Peace and love, family. Catch you at the next one.